my name is Rob, and today I'm going to make some potato bread. Welcome to Rob's Randoms. This is a channel where I make videos about absolutely anything once a week. I could do a video about a DIY project, or some art, or the story of something, or just cooking something, and that's what today is, because I am making potato bread. Now, if you're anything like me, you heard that and kind of thought, what the hell is potato bread? I have no idea, I'd never heard of this before, but there's a reference to it on American Dad.
Dad, gonna eat my potato bread.
And Roger in that clip just looked so happy and excited about his potato bread, so I thought I have to make that, and I looked it up, and it is bread that's got potato in it. Shocking, that. So I found this recipe from the Hairy Bikers on the BBC website to make potato bread, or kartoffelbrot. I'm not going to be calling it that. And it seems to be a very simple bread recipe that just has some mashed potato in. So let's get on and make it and see if it's any good. So for this recipe we will need potatoes, yeast, caster sugar, sunflower oil, sea salt, strong white flour, and onion seeds, but they didn't have those, so I got sesame seeds. I figured that could kind of work. We'll find out. So first off, we need some potato. We need 300 grams of peeled potato. So this is 340, I think. So hopefully it's going to be 300 grams once I've peeled it. It's going to be over 300, isn't it? 317, okay. 348. Wait, what? Wait, how has it gone up? I'm going to say that's fine. I'm going to leave it like that. Right, I need to put those on the boil and leave them to boil for... Basically, we're making mashed potatoes, so it's like 10 minutes to boil, then 20 minutes of boiling. So let's do that. Okay, so I've drained the potatoes, but I've kept the water because I need that in a minute. Now I just need to cook this a little bit longer to make sure there's no excess water in the pan. Okay, so now I need to save 75 milliliters of the cooking water, which I put all of it in a measuring jug because I thought that was more sensible, but it's not, is it? Because I need to use that to now measure 75 milliliters. Okay, so that's about 75 milliliters of the water still in there. That's what I now need to bloom the yeast in, but I need to leave it to cool for a few seconds, otherwise it will just kill the yeast immediately. So we'll leave that for a minute. So next up I need to mash the potatoes, but I feel like instead of using a masher, I'm going to use the very middle class invention of the potato ricer. Right, we're about time to do the yeast. That doesn't feel like a lot of water to bloom that yeast in. Is that just me? Yeah, 75 milliliters. Huh. Right, mash the potatoes with the oil, which is 1 tablespoon of sunflower oil. 1 tablespoon. That. Let's give that a cursory mash. It doesn't say so, but I assume I don't want to over mash that. Okay, so now comes the really weird bit of making a bread dough with potatoes. So stir in the yeast mixture and the salt. So here is the yeast mixture. Oh, that's a weird thing. And 1 teaspoon of salt. I don't know how much a teaspoon is. So mix with a wooden spoon and gradually add in the flour. So it says when it becomes too stiff to fold more flour in, which is basically immediately, then we turn it out onto here and knead it to then put all of the rest of the flour in. And it specifically says do not add any more water or it's going to become very sticky. So, yeah, let's try this. Okay, I'm going to say that is done enough. I'm also really tired. So now that needs to go in a lightly oiled bowl, covered up and left to rise or proof for 60 minutes apparently. So, I'll see you in 60 minutes. Okay, so it's been about an hour and it's definitely puffed up quite a bit. So I need to knock it back with my knuckles and shape it into a rough ball. So, flatten the ball on a floured surface until it's about 2 centimeters thick. Then bring up the sides to the middle and connect that together. That is the weirdest way of shaping a loaf of bread I've ever heard. So make it into a ball first, then flatten it until 2 centimeters thick. That's probably a bit more, I think. Then bring up the sides to the middle to give it a rustic surface, and then pinch lightly to seal. I'm not really sure that's working, but I'm going to keep trying. I'm pinching, but I'm not convinced it's sealing. So now I need to place this on a lightly oiled and floured baking sheet. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to get a baking sheet and put one of these reusable mats on it. And then take this, put it on there. Okay, it's had its second proof, which I don't think has done anything at all. Maybe it's gotten bigger, but it hasn't risen. But fair enough, we'll know we need to bake it for about 30 minutes and then hopefully it will rise and look really nice then. Oh, actually, first I need to add the sesame seeds. I know it's supposed to be onion seeds, but I don't have them. Let's just sprinkle some of that on. Now, let's give it a bake. So here it is. This is my potato bread. So let's cut in it and see what it looks like. Looks like bread. Actually kind of looks more cakey in texture. Interesting. Doesn't smell very potatoey. Okay, interesting. Not really what I was expecting. Well, let's give this potato bread a try then. Is it going to taste like bready mashed potato? I hope not. I don't understand that at all. That is so sweet and very cakey bread. I cannot taste potato in that at all. I have no idea why potato added to this has made it so, yeah, genuinely, really cakey. Oh my goodness, that is wild, genuinely. That is lovely. It's so soft and pillowy. That is so not what I was expecting that to taste like. Hold on, I'm going to try toasting this little bit. I want to see if it tastes better as toast. One sec. Okay, I'm bored of waiting now. It is lightly toasted bread. That's bringing back some more of the potato flavour, weirdly. That's not as nice, toasting it. Yeah, that's adding back a weird flavour. But having it just as bread was wonderful. This bread is genuinely amazing. If you've ever made potato bread before, let me know in the comments, because I had never heard of it before. Maybe it's just not a thing in the UK, but it should be. This is really good. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, click like and subscribe. My name's Rob. I'll see you in another random video next week.